Hey, how's everybody going? Going. How's everybody doing? It's your boy, Mr. 5th, the DJ, and today, my daughter, oldest daughter, and her family's in town, convinced me to go to Busch Gardens. Can you believe that? I haven't been in the amusement park in God knows how long, but I got three of my grandkids here, so make an exception. All right. So Jasmine, her husband Monte, and then she actually brought her mom down with her. So we got Mia, Mumu, and Oreo. So those three of the nine grandkids I got coming. I got a tenth one to be born here in December. So it's crazy. All right, switch gears just a little bit. Update. Don't forget August the 8th, all right, here in Tampa, Florida, at the House of Music, formerly known as the Green Gators, 9202 Anderson Road. All right, I'm calling out all artists, all producers, DJs, just to the general public. We're just going to have a good time. We're going to party. We're doing an official casting call. This is the first of the four casting calls we're doing. Also, I want to remind everybody, I also will be DJing every Thursday night at this venue. So every other week, we're going to do a casting call, right? So 2 months, 2 Thursdays out of the month for August and 2 Thursdays out of the month of September. All right. The other days I'll be DJing, doing my same thing, supporting independent artists. Artists, we encourage you to come out. All right. We want to hear what you have to say. We want to hear what you're doing. Bring your fan, bring your bass. The second thing is we're expanding our A&R base. Uh, Ice Stream Records, that is. I'm seeing A&R Red with Ice Stream Records. So a lot of people don't know that. We're going to make sure that gets out a little bit more. We're going to be here in Tampa, Florida. Once again, we're doing some filming for the reality show of Tampa, but I'm going to be going to Miami, Jacksonville, uh, pretty much all the main cities in Florida, Orlando, Tallahassee, you name it. There's going to be some colleges also involved. So we want to let everybody know we're not just going to be stuck here in the state of Florida. We're going to eventually move on out to the Carolinas and so on and so forth. So, but since we're down here right now, we encourage all the independent artists. Now, if you're an independent artist and you're not getting the exposure, you may feel like an underscore or undercard of whatever, however you feel, because I understand that, and when you're an independent artist and you don't have the big budgets and you're not getting played by other DJs at the big clubs and all that type of stuff, we're Mr. 5th, the DJ, here to help you change that. You work with me, I work with you. All right. I'm going to be the catalyst for independent artists here. I know there are a lot of other DJs that say they do it. None do it quite like me. And I'm not saying I'm better than anybody, but I'm saying once you associate yourself Mr. 5th, the DJ, there are a lot of promotion algorithms that come along with me. There's a team of people who we work with throughout the Midwest, the East Coast, and down here through the southern states, which now being Florida, and also west of the Mississippi, Texas, Oklahoma, and so on and so forth. So, you independent artists, you have to understand the value of being in different places and meeting different faces to get your platform out, especially if you got a good song, you got a good record, you may have a good mixtape. I always try to tell the artists, put your best foot forward when it comes to this. Meaning that is, if you have a song and you're getting feed, DJ's not playing you, what do you do? He may want money. What do you do? You don't have the budget. You don't have that. All right. You know what I'm saying? You just spent all this money on recording and trying to get your sound right. You don't have it right now at the time. Okay. So I get that. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna help you buzz. It's gonna be at the House of Music, all right, formerly known as Green Gators, 9202 Anderson Road here in Tampa. All right. So that's gonna go on for 2 months. For the all every Thursday in August, including the casting calls combined with that, and every Thursday in September. So you got 2 months, all right? You know what I mean? To elevate your base along with Mr. 5th, the DJ, and not have to worry about any kickback or any feedback, okay, about getting your music played. It must be good though. Don't give me anything. Make sure your music is recorded good. Make sure it's mixed good. I think that's one of the biggest problems with artists. They get kind of in tune with recording at home or recording at their homeboy house, and it may sound good on a small speaker or inside or on a boombox or whatever. But when you go into a club atmosphere, that same sound is not the same, and you're probably wondering why. A lot of that has to do with the sound has not being expanded, sound has not been EQ'd, and it has not been mastered. So there's treatment that you have to apply to your record to get the sound like you want to have, like a Plies or a Jeezy or a Future or a Yellow Beezy or some of these other guys that's out here. Pay very close attention to your sound. Your sound as an artist is very, very important. Another thing, it must be original music. I frown on, when rappers rap over other songs and stuff like that. It's okay to, freestyle or whatever, but you want to submit a record that you own. That's what we want. Because remember, I'm an A&R as well. And I have friends as A&Rs. And I have friends as DJs all over the country. I'm Vertigo Music Distribution Rep, which is a DJ associated network for independent artists. We service everybody, the majors all the way down to the minors. But the thing of it is that you want to make, going back to your sound, you want to make sure your sound is everything. Don't cheat yourself. You can't be cheap in this business. That's not how it works. All right. If you want to be the best, then you have to treat yourself like you want to be the best. If you want to be stand out over everybody else, make sure your music's done. Make sure you have a good sound first. Even if you don't have the money for promotion, start with your music first. If you cheat yourself on your music, as I can tell you right now, um, I prefer a mix of 320 kilobytes. Now, if you don't know what that is, that means you're not dealing with an engineer. Okay, an engineer will be able to say, okay, we're gonna mix it down to 320. You don't know what 320 is. When we do the casting call, if I have time, you just come over there and chat with Mr. 5th, the DJ. I might do a brief conference depending on how many artists is going to be there and kind of go over some things like that. If I don't, just hey, say, Mr. 5th, hey, you were talking about 320. What do you mean by 320 kilobytes? Can you elaborate on that for us, please? And I speak not only to you, I speak to all the independent artists. Some of the artists already have their sounds already there. All right. So I'm not really speaking to you, but for the artist that's really new to the game and don't really know the importance of that, you need to make sure that your sound is on key. It's mixed right. It's not the volumes not over the threshold, and that's something you'll learn over time if you're new. An engineer will know that when he mixes it, he know it needs to be within that threshold. He needs to know that it's a certain headroom that needs to be allowed. You know what I mean? And you'll see that. Well, I can actually show that on my grid in Serato, and any DJ can. You know what I mean? If it clips the grid, that means yes louder, but you're clipping the grid, so you're not getting the full effect of the sound. So one thing, if you're an artist doing it yourself, just because the volume's up does not necessarily mean it's a good mix. So let's not get that misconstrued. I know there's a lot of, artists coming out of these schools and stuff like that. I'm from the old school. I never needed anything like that. My ear is very perpendicular and very good to sound even without looking at it on the grid. All right. So once again, House of Music. If you're not familiar with Mr. 5th, the DJ, please go on any one of my sites. Right now, this is my YouTube that I'm about to post here in a second. Go on my Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, or Snapchat, and you will be able to see uh, some ways you can get your information to me. You can also go on my website, www.mr50dj.com, and pull that up. You'll see some promotion entities on that. I do block parties for artists as well. Or I sometimes, if I'm available, I will do a party for you. I will come DJ for you on the fly if your DJ backs out. No, we had a situation with Polo Bleeds, his DJ. He backed out. Then he showed back up at the club after I got there. You know what I mean? It's crazy. So it happens like that. All right. So if you want to get with me, if you want to send me a message, it's Mr.5th, at gmail.com. Pretty much how you see it right here. Mr. 5th, the period, 5th, the DJ, and then at gmail.com. That's not on my hat. So you can email me your music. If you want to book me for any event, doesn't matter what city it is, you can, simply send me an email. If you don't go on my website, where I have my rates and stuff on there, you could, I could just send you my rate information via email. That's fine. I don't have an issue with that. Once again, to let everybody know the casting call, we're doing a casting call for Mr. 5th, the DJ down here in the Tampa. Then we're going to move on to Atlanta and Miami and so on and so forth. All right. Now, we're also doing a listening session here, not here, but in the state of Atlanta, in the state of Georgia, in Atlanta, Georgia, on the 25th, 27th, I think. Look on my page. You'll see that information on my Facebook page, Twitter, Instagram. You'll see that flyer up there. So listening session is free, guys. All you need to do is come to Atlanta. We're going to listen to your music. There's going to be engineers there. There's going to be A&Rs there. There's going to be radio personalities there. We are listening to your music. We also, if it's clean, it's good, we'll give you spins on aumaradio.com, which is a BDS radio station. All right. So if you don't understand the purpose of what BDS is, we'll get to that down the line because that's a whole another ball game. So we know it's a lot of independent artists that's new to the game, and what we found out here in the Tampa St. Pete area, there's a lot of artists putting out music, and then they're not reaping the benefits back from that. We'll get to that down the line too. You know what I mean? The first come first. Also, want to say there's three young ladies that's going to be out here soon. Well, they're already out, but be on the lookout for them. The Diva Nation, DIVA Nation. Look out for those three young ladies. Very, very talented. They're being compared to Destiny's Child right now. That's how big they are. They're out of New York. We're going to be doing a campaign soon on them down in the state of Florida, and so on forth and so on. So I'm not just a DJ. I'm an artist, independent artist, promoter, block party DJ extraordinaire. You know what I mean? That's what I am, what I do. And I'm not based in one city. I'm mobile. All right. Not just a mobile DJ, but a mobile industry DJ, promoter, A&R. All right. There is a difference. That's why I kind of talk to you guys about the things about the music business so you can be up on point and up on key. Now, if you do want your music, what I'm doing an artist to watch campaign right now. I'm prepping for that. All right. Right now, I probably about 75 songs that's been emailed to me. So the artist to watch is also a different email, but you can still send it to Mr.5th DJ at gmail.com. Just put artist to watch campaign and I'll get it and I'll move that over to my artist to watch campaign. Now, what that is, it's a $5 allowment, for the mix, for you to be a part of the mix. It's $5. $5 promotion. What's five? All right. You send five to the PayPal and then you'll be included in that mix. So right now we're up to 50 artists. Appreciate everybody, being a part of that. And I'm gonna drop a artist to watch mix that you can actually download that mix. All right. So be prepared for that. Uh, Also, I want to mention that here coming soon. All right. I'm going to make a special announcement where I'm going to reach out to an artist for a feature on one of the songs I have with Ross King. Ross King is another up and coming artist. You'll be hearing a whole lot more about him. We have a record called Move It, Move It. It's out on all platforms right now. We're getting ready to kick his ground campaign off here in a few months going into the 2020 year. So just kind of give you an idea of how I help artists prepare. We're prepping. We've been prepping for like the past 4 months. We still got another 6 months to prep. All right. Just to give you an idea of how long it takes, how many people's involved, the money and the finances involved. We're not just out here just dropping, running the mill, and doing all that. There's a process. You trust the process, you get there. All right. There's a lot of different people who we work with: TJ's DJs, Biggie Rankings, Big Daddy the DJ, Baby. The list goes on and on. DJ Freddie B. It goes on and on and on. All right. There are a lot of different promotional platform algorithms that we use that I network with. These are my teammates. Once again, there's no I in team. If you think you can do it all by yourself, you're terribly mistaken. Even Mr.5th DJ can't do it all by itself. So you need to be aware of that. Build your team. Be mindful that this is a budget business. It's ran just like a business. You are your own business. All right. You're Mr.5th DJ. I am my own business. So if I am my own business, that means I have to provide my same promotion algorithms, just like you, the artist. Okay. So be mindful of that. You can't put anything out unless you promote it. Some people get lucky every now and then, but you need to put promotion behind who you are. That way you can grow. Okay. And you need to travel a little bit. Stop hiding behind social media. Travel, 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 network, network. There are a lot of DJ mixers that's been going on here. I think there's one coming up in North Carolina, I think on the 27th of this month. Fleet DJs. All right. Go up there, be a part of it. Network. All right. Network. That helps your net worth. All right. It's Mr.5th DJ, word from the wise. I'll be back with you guys here in a little bit. Peace.